Welcome back to Heroic Book Adventures. I'm Steve, and today I wanted to put in my first entry for Indie Author August, which was started by Kevin Toll Reads and co-hosted by Nicole's Bookish Nook. So thank you to both of them for getting this kicked off. And I wanted to read a book written by a fellow booktuber. So this is Dreamer Awake from Liam Q.D. Hall, aka Hemvar. And his channel is called Liam's Lyceum. If you're into classic fantasy or science fiction, go check him out because he's got the goods. I'm always impressed by just how much he has read for being such a young guy, because I guess he's probably in the 25 to 30-year-old range, and he has just read a ton of stuff. In the past 4 years, he's put up over 1,000 videos on his channel, so if there's something you're interested in, he's probably done a review on it already. I believe Liam's previously had a few short stories published in magazines and anthologies and that, but Dreamer Awake is his first novella-length book. And it's a sword and sorcery tale told in kind of a mix between a fantasy and a cyberpunk kind of world. So it starts off with our main character who names herself Renata. She's on the cover of that, and I like that cover. But she basically wakes up in the beginning from one of those like stasis pod sort of things. And when she wakes up, she has no memories of anything whatsoever. And the first thing she encounters is there are a number of people that attack her. So instinctually, she just fight backs and kills them all. So that is her birth into this world. And I like that it's told in the first person because as Renata is learning what and who she is, like we, the reader, are also getting that too. And she's got this tattoo on her neck with a number of symbols on it. So she starts inquiring around and discovers that each of those symbols on there are basically like brands of the people who have had a hand in creating her, what she is. So despite who or what she is, she figures that the only way for her to be truly free and an individual is to sever her ties with those who have ownership over her. And of course, the best way to sever those ties is by severing their heads from their shoulders. So it kind of reads in a way like a other revenge sort of tales. And I want to be clear right off the bat with this that I would not recommend this for just a general fantasy reader audience because I believe that Liam wrote this specifically for sword and sorcery fans. So if you're new to the sword and sorcery genre, I would start off with, one of the classics instead, like Robert E. Howard or something, because unlike more epic fantasy, sword and sorcery does not have that detailed world building or deep uh, character development or things. It's mainly like the characters are dropped into a dilemma within this world full of bloody swords, monsters, and sorcerers, and pretty much they hack and slash their way out of the situation. So it's a very specific subgenre of fantasy that this is written for. And bravo to Liam because he really did a good job in the writing style of making this feel period correct. Like it's got that pulp magazine sort of feel to it. Like it would not be out of place reading this story in Weird Tales magazine alongside Clark Ashton Smith and C.L. Moore. It's just got that pulpy feel to it, which I thought was really cool. So if I'm being honest, the first few chapters I was having a difficult time getting into it. And I don't know that it was necessarily the book's fault, because that's actually a problem with me, where I regularly take some time to get into newer authors, because I'm a very visual reader. So as I'm reading something, I'm getting like a movie playing in my head. So if the author and me aren't tuned into the same channel, that movie can be a little bit fuzzy, if you know what I mean. So, initially I was having a little bit of a tough time with it, but, 30, 40 pages into it, I was starting to see where everything was going. I was getting invested into the character of Renata, and I was like, okay, now we're on the same wavelength, and I started enjoying it. And by the end of the book, I was glad that I purchased it. Not only just to show support for a friend, but also to show support for newer sword and sorcery offerings. This was released in 2024. And yeah, the market is oversaturated with 800 page multi-volume epic fantasies, but newer, lean sword and sorcery tales are very hard to come by these days. So it's frustrating when a lot of us are looking for that and having a hard time finding it. But uh, this was a pretty cool entry into that. When I give numerical ratings for books, I'm not telling you how great the book is or giving you an idea of what your experience will be with it. It's pretty much, I'm just giving my enjoyment factor of the book. So it's mainly just done for my own personal uh, record keeping. I do it for. And if you, the viewer, just happen to uh, value my opinion on those ratings, then so be it. But I like to then, in other points of the video, discuss what readers I think will or will not like the book. But overall, I give this a solid 7.5 out of 10. I can't rank it higher because, like I said, I did have some minor issues with it. But even still, I mean, that's the same rating I gave to a Cormac McCarthy book a couple months ago, and higher than I've recently given to Jack Vance and H.G. Wells. So it was still a pretty enjoyable, good book for me. So if you are a fan of sword and sorcery, maybe give this one a chance. Take a look at it at least. It's on Amazon for what I feel is a very reasonable price. And at the minimum, at least go check out Liam's channel, because he just reads a variety of really cool stuff. So check him out. And I will see you awakened heroes on our next sorceress slaying adventure.